thanks to my fine friend here at Reflex Marketing, we are going to spend some time talking about the Rolls LiveMix MX34. This, of course, is the MX34B. We're not going to talk to you about any sort of size relationship that may be meaningful for you. If 34B means something to you, well, okay. We're later on going to be coming out with the 34C for some people, maybe even a 34D or double D, if that's also something that's of interest to you. But right now we're talking about the MX34B, which is the LiveMix 2-channel stereo microphone mixer, headset mixer. Let's talk about why this is a useful product. Today, in the recording world, you obviously have video cameras. Video cameras have been the staple for how people record for a long, long time. But we're also now shifting over to the point where most of your point-and-shoot cameras and a lot of your new digital SLR cameras can also record video. Let's backtrack a little bit and talk about why people need an external mixer to go with a video camera. When the Pro video cameras first came out, the major manufacturers certainly have been Canon and Sony, and to some extent a little bit from Panasonic. They focused on the camera component of it. And the only way you could get external audio into those was a little stereo mini jack. So if that's what you had to work with, a stereo mini jack, it meant that any really pro microphones you wanted to use, shotgun microphones, pro wireless systems, stereo microphones, you could not use them with just the little stereo mini jack that was in there. So that meant you needed a mixer, some way that you could plug in all those pro microphones into your mixer. So Rolls brought out a series of products to work with the pro video camera. As the various manufacturers of pro cameras began to compete with each other, and they put as many photo features as possible on that, gradually they began to put audio features on that. And now some of those pro video cameras actually have a couple of XLR inputs on them. So the manufacturers have recognized the value in quality audio to go with the quality of video, because of course they're focused on HD video, they're not paying attention to audio, but they've come to recognize the value in high quality audio to go with the video. Now, with the transition of video being recorded on essentially what was originally a still camera, either in the DSLR market or in the small point-and-shoot market, the need for high-quality audio to go with that is even more. And so Rolls has the MX34B to enable the user of the DSLR to get high-quality audio to accompany their video. So let's talk about it. The first thing you've got to do is, of course, have some microphone input. So the MX34 has two XLR inputs, so you can use two pro microphones. Those can be shotgun microphones. Perhaps that's a wireless system with an XLR out, but now you've got two XLR microphones. So that's the first input. For controlling those, you have a level control, because obviously you need a level control for mic input, and you have panning. And this is a full pan range, so you can pan anywhere in the stereo field. In addition to XLR mic inputs, one of the most common microphones someone's going to use is a wireless. That wireless could be a wireless lav that somebody could wear, could be a wireless headset that somebody could wear. So we've got another input here in the front that says headset mic 1/8 inch. It's a stereo mini input. Many of the wireless systems that are out there for labs or headsets terminate in a stereo mini. So you can plug in here on the front. It's going to still be the same input. It just means instead of using the XLR input, you're now using the stereo mini input. Same level control, same pan control. So you have those two inputs. You also have on here an auxiliary in, which is the stereo mini. This could be another microphone, or it could be some other system that you plugged in here because you want to take some additional audio source, mix it with your microphone sources, and then of course once you've got all your audio signal in the MX34, you've got to get this signal out to your camera. All the cameras now have a stereo mini input on the DSLRs. So we have a stereo mini out. And you simply operate by taking the stereo mini plug going from here to your camera, and now you've got the audio that's using professional microphones that you have some ability to mix and pan going into your DSLR. You still need to be able to hear that directly. So we've got a headphone output on here. And the headphone out stereo mini with level control and a power indicator lets the user run a little headset, and now you can monitor what's happening with the microphones that are of course feeding audio to your camera. So this lets you get real microphones, far more sophisticated and with better audio quality than what's built into the camera. Also remember, one of the drawbacks to using the microphone that's in the camera is as soon as you change something on the camera, that microphone picks it up. So by having microphones that are closer to the source microphones that are actually being worn by the source, you avoid that as a problem. So, microphone inputs, by the way, phantom power, obviously, because it's a Rolls mixer. Rolls always has phantom power. Headset inputs, level controls, monitoring, output to your camera. Runs on two 9-volt batteries, and this current model has little holders, so you can wear this as over your shoulder, attach a strap to it. So just then a quick summary for the MX34. It exists because now there's a huge proliferation of DSLR video cameras that people are now using to shoot video with. They only have stereo mini inputs. There are challenges associated with recording audio on them, so you need a mixer so that you can use external pro-level microphones, mix it in here, monitor it in your headset, and output to your camera. That's the Rolls LiveMix MX34B.